From breaking headlines to stories that shape the entire region and beyond, here's a rundown of the major stories of the week.
Church leaders are calling on Ilonggos to join the nationwide trillion peso march this September 21, a protest against corruption and misuse of public funds coinciding with the anniversary of martial law. Monsignor Meliton Oso of the Haro Archdiocesan Social Action Center stressed that the march is not just a protest, but a moral outcry against systemic corruption. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines also issued a pastoral letter urging Filipinos to demand accountability in flood control projects plagued with anomalies. Boracay Island and nearby towns in Aklan were plunged into darkness after a major power failure on September 13. The outage traced to a fault in underground transmission lines near Caticlan Airport crippled the country's top tourist destination for hours. Emergency bypass lines were erected to restore electricity, but energy officials warned that the island's power system remains outdated and vulnerable. The Department of Energy has since pressed for the immediate completion of the long-delayed Nabas-Caticlan-Boracay transmission project. In Iloilo Province, Governor Arthur Defensor Jr. has thrown his support behind calls for a probe into multi-billion peso flood control projects. Despite billions spent, many towns remain vulnerable to flooding. Board member Rolex Suplico flagged over 855 million pesos worth of projects in Ahoy town alone, raising concerns about questionable contractors and alleged corruption. The governor insists that accountability is necessary to ensure projects that truly protect communities. But a day later, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan admitted that it cannot yet open an investigation. Vice Governor Natalie Andy Buque explained that without formal motions and documents from the Department of Public Works and Highways, no hearings can proceed. Still, the governor maintains that a thorough inquiry is both timely and necessary. Meanwhile, in Iloilo City, Mayor Raisa Treñas signed an executive order creating the City Infrastructure Coordination Committee. This new body will require all national and local projects to secure city clearance before implementation. The move, she said, aims to end wasteful spending and ensure that every project is effective, necessary, and aligned with the city's development plan. And finally, a powerful reminder from history. Martial law survivor Jose Eli Liboy Garachico shared his story of torture and detention under the Marcos dictatorship, warning against forgetting the past. Garachico, now 69, said that young Filipinos must stay vigilant, especially as corruption and abuse of power remain pressing issues today. His message comes ahead of the September 21 trillion peso march in Iloilo, where citizens, church leaders, and activists will unite to demand justice and accountability.
And that's a wrap on this week's top stories. Stay tuned and be informed with more news updates and stories that matter. Only here on Panay News, the #1 regional newspaper in Western Visayas.